Namibia.
Hello, everyone. Where's my head going? Good to see you. How is everyone doing? Trying to do my gay. How are you doing, Heidi? How are you doing? I haven't seen you. Have you been very busy? It looks like you're very busy, Heidi.
I am very busy. Yes, always. Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, all this money, take it easy, Heidi. Because I
Yeah.
can see where I know when you're very busy. Look at Liz. Looks like she hasn't got a job.
No, come on. This lives in a job.
Look at
I
her.
I'll get a job.
I know, but look at you. You're still in Namibia.
Oh yeah, I'd love to be there. Please take me to Namibia.
It's a nice weather in where you are, Liz.
Yeah, it's a bit hot, but it's okay.
Nice.
I just came back from Gold Coast. Have you been seeing that pictures on
Yeah.
Yeah,
there?
cause we always know where you are.
So on a muscle, is that a problem? Do you want to know where I am, or you don't? If you don't care, I will not post anymore
Oh,
No, it's
it's
good.
good.
It's entertaining.
It's
It's
good
really
that we
nice.
keep us updated.
to keep you updated. That's what I thought. And instead of calling you one by one, you know where I am, by the way. So,
That's
but
good.
it's been fascinating. It's been fascinating. This week edition is one of a kind, as you know. I'm bringing my father-in-law on the show. He's a very funny man. He's an old man, so be gentle with him. That's why we're going to split this episode into two sessions. So today we see how we go with him before he will say I'm gone or whatever. I don't know how it's all going to play out, but it's coming and I'm excited. But I need to be mindful how I guard my mouth. So maybe most of the talking will be you ladies. And what do you ask an old man? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, seriously. And but this week I want to share something that is really interesting. I've never heard that before. I was taken aback, but I was speaking to a lady. We were having a chat, and then she said, "What industry are you in?" And I said, "Well, in health, like how I'm a registered nurse, and then I also help my husband with insurance. I got a few other things aside that I do with my retail outlet and a few things." And I said, "So how about you?" And she said, "I'm a prostitute." I've never ever heard someone tell me I'm a prostitute. Where I come from, you don't. In fact, it's an abomination. No one talks about that. But I know that some of you are sophisticated. You will tell me, let's go on a quick break because I really want to calm down. And then you tell me, and I don't want people to laugh at me as if I don't know. I know a few things, but this I don't know. Let me break it with a cup of tea. I will be back. Welcome back on the show. Like I said, I had a shock of my life when someone told me she's a prostitute. She said, actually, I used to be a call girl, but now I'm a prostitute. and I haven't actually had time to check with the difference between them when she told me. So I thought, I know some people, the ladies will probably know or they've heard. Liz, have you heard somebody actually tell you that that's their job?
Um, I am aware that some people do practice prostitution as a job. Um, where I come from in Namibia, it is illegal, and they are fighting for their own rights because of the protection that comes together with the rights that they have. So, as much as it is illegal, I know that it's a conversation that we're having in the open. So being here in Australia, I mean, I have no doubt, as much as I did not investigate, but I know that, you know, people are allowed to do that as a job. And I know that there are protections for these people. I know that there are safe homes for these people. So there is so much that the government, you know, has put in place for the safety of the women and the men who are, you know, in this profession. And because of that, I know that it's happening. It's just not something, you know, that I had a conversation with somebody about, but I know it's happening, and you know, it's happening in a protected space.
Wow. I know it's happening. I heard. I just haven't seen someone that says that is my job. Heidi, have you?
I have actually. I met someone at uni. She used to be a university student, and she was also working as a prostitute. So she was my colleague at uni. Uh,
What?
yeah, she was doing a different course though, so she wasn't with me in all the lectures. And um, when I was, she used to come, especially Mondays. She used to come on Mondays really tired and
Mm.
not feeling very well. And, when I asked her, what do you do? She said that I work as a prostitute. And, the weekend is usually the busiest time. This is when we do the work, obviously she doesn't work any other day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that was the first time that I meet someone working in that profession. And with all the judgment that I had at that time, being a young girl, introduced to something as big as that, and not having the wisdom enough to look at this as it's a thing that is actually in the community and the society, and so I told her. I was shocked, obviously, but then when she told me that, would you prefer me to say that I work in the gentleman entertainment? Because this is the other way I could say it. Um,
Mm.
and I said to her, "What does that mean?" She said, "Well, we get licenses." So
Mm.
there is a specific body in Australia that governs this profession, and they have a license, and the license is called gentlemen for ladies prostitutes. There is also men prostitutes. So
Yes, and prostitute.
yes, of course, of course,
I mean, it takes two to tango.
yeah, and also there is both parties for the homosexual um, sector as well.
So when you say though there's men prostitute, does it mean that the women will look for men? Because if it's the women prostitute, the men are the one that go for them. So does it mean the women will go for the men too? Is that or
There's also the homosexual part sector, and the men will go for the men, and the women will go for the women as well. So which ones are they serving? That's a totally different game, Temi. But that profession exists, and these people have licenses, and they work for agencies, and they get health checkups, and there is so many different things that they need to go through in order to get that kind of license.
okay? Wow. All right. I just you said you heard it when you were in a uni and you were shocked. I'm not at uni. I'm still shocked because and but I'm thinking about it like does she need to lie about what she does? Maybe she's even good that she's truthful about what she does. Because where I come from, you can't just say that you people hide, they pretend. You're never going to know what they do. people will be guessing and speculating. But for you to be able to come out and be confident to say what you do, you know, so be
I
it.
think it's because, of all um, the protection that's there, how the legal system also is really advocating for these people, or for the profession as such, not necessarily the people. So, and the rights that they have, I think it's like a nurse. You can confidently say I'm a nurse, and you can confidently say I'm a prostitute, because you are protected. You also have rights, just like any other employee in
Yeah.
any other sector. So it's not like in some countries where it's illegal and you've got to hide,
Mm,
and where there is the judgment that you are talking about.
yeah.
Here, if you are judgmental, then it just highlights your ignorant mind about the reality of these things, or probably of how much the country has evolved, and how much rights have been extended towards, you know in the name of inclusivity, and towards almost everybody in the country. So yeah.
Wow.
Can I just add something? It's not just about the government and the legality part of it. Let's bring in the Christian part of it. You know,
What?
these were Jesus' best friends, right?
Say again?
These prostitutes
Yeah.
were Jesus' best friends. You
Jesus
know,
doesn't have friends. They weren't Jesus' friends, but Jesus had mercy and pity for them. This the kind of the judgment that we're having now as well. It was what happened in the time of Jesus when people judge somebody that has done this. Well, you're a killer, so you're bad. I'm only a liar. My own sin is small. So Jesus was trying to say you need to remove the plank on your eyes before you point to somebody's specs on their eyes. You people, the men, are participating in this act. It wasn't just this woman. Why are you focusing on this woman, on this particular woman, when the man that was actually involved in this atrocity, you're not chastising? That's what Jesus was trying to do. Don't judge people. You look at yourself first before you start to judge. And also, don't say men, like it's still happening now. And that's why I was asking you that do women will look for the men, because now men get away with it, but women are called and say they are the one. We always know that women are the prostitution, they're doing prostitution, but it takes two to tango. They have men involved in it, but nobody is pointing. So that's what Jesus was trying to point out at the time. But yeah, it's just Jesus is a friend of sinners because he doesn't want anyone to lose their life, but all to come to repentance, and that's what he preaches. But let's go on a quick break. Or before, we don't know what the light is in Nigeria, where my father-in-law is, and what is happening right there. We'll be back. Welcome back on the show. I haven't got my father-in-law, but one of the things that I want to pick daddy on for is the fact that he says, everybody needs to get married, and he's got some age limit where people need to get married. So this is one of the things like, okay, I think we need to bring you on the show. Let's talk about this amongst every other thing that we're going to talk about. This tradition of getting married by a certain level, it does not happen anymore. A lot of things are happening that we don't know, as we're not privy to, especially like the one we just discussed before. Why are we saying people should get married at what certain age? Why? I personally don't agree to that, because the relationship issues, we all know what we go through in trying to help people building homes and managing relationship, how hard it is. Why do you want to put yourself in that situation for so long? I think Daddy is on the show now. Let us see if we can bring him on the show. Let's have a look.
I'll bring him one. Okay.
Yeah, Daddy, welcome. So I can see Daddy is looking good. How are you, Chief
Fine, I'm
Oore?
fine.
Very good.
I'm fine.
Very good. I hope
Mm-hmm.
the lighting is good and you are looking good. Meet my
Uh,
friend.
if you say I'm looking good, yes, it
Uh-uh.
is the wish and will of God.
Amen. Amen. Welcome on the show. So it's a privilege to have you. I've got Heidi.
Yeah.
Solomon, can you say Heidi, Daddy?
You
Hello,
say
sir. How are you?
Can you say Heidi?
hiding.
Heidi. Yeah. Hi, Heidi Solomon. She's waving at you.
Hello.
Oh,
How are you, sir?
oh, that is my Tony.
That's
Tony.
Heidi. Daddy is Heidi. Can you read that name on the screen? It says Heidi Solomon.
Oh, uh,
Good.
I can't read it. Oh,
Okay, that's Heidi. She's
Ekiti.
saying hello.
I Chief
Okay.
Ajayi, part
You're
one.
reading part one. Yes, that's what you can see. Part two is coming.
Yes.
But Heidi is saying hello. Can you see Liz? Liz is up there. That lady there. That's Liz Greatness. Can you see her? She's saying hello.
I see her. I see
Uh-huh.
her.
Okay.
I can see her.
Good. Good. Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Daddy, are you ready? Are you ready for us?
Quite very ready.
Oh my gosh. When I spoke with mommy, I was talking to your wife, and he says, don't worry about daddy, he's always ready. So,
Yes.
daddy, we're going to go on a break because we want it to be a clean plate. We want our conversation with you to be on a clean plate. So, let's go on a break. Get your
Okay.
glass of water, a cup of tea. We'll be back. So, watch
Okay.
our. All right, we'll be back shortly, daddy.
No problem.
Where is daddy gone? This is it when when you are doing conversation with old people.
You said you must go and get coffee.
It's not the one to get the coffee, they get him coffee. He wasn't meant to go get coffee himself. So we gotta wait for him now. Ore Baba Imesi, nice to have you. Look at them. look at them. Oh, the daddy is on the show, they're popping. Ever ready, daddy. All right, so well, let's try go and another break and see if he's here. I'm still struggling with him. He's coming. It's okay. We wait for him. But I really want us to enlighten him that marriage is not the end of the world. And also the long suffering that they used to have in their days, nobody wants to suffer like that anymore. Relationship is about two people coming together, ready to love and to cherish and to honor and respect each other. And if you don't have that, what's the point? You see, so let's just wait. and he believes in God. God's time is the best. He's privileged to have seen so many grandchildren. Now he's looking for great grandchildren, and talking to me that I'm not doing a good parenting. So today we're going to ask him, is good parenting? How does that look like? But don't know what happened. We've just lost him again. So what do we do now?
Well, maybe you can just paint a bit of background about him, how old he is, what was his profession growing up,
I'm looking for his book. I actually had his book. I think I in my car. How old is he? He's about 80 years now. He's going to 70. Oh, somebody must tell me if the children are online. They must be able to tell me. 78 or so he is. And there are a few things that even I don't know about him, but I know that he's like a self-made man. Like he had his mother. I knew his mother, but his father we never met. His mother died in 1986, and he was one of, at the time, two, himself and his younger sister that I knew of. And so his father, I don't know how he actually studied. He went to school. He did his master's, by the way, at University of Ife. So he went that far. And it fascinates me, and I don't know who he was emulating, who was his role model, who was he looking at the time? Because he's 85. Thank you. 85. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. I mean 85. Sorry, because we did his 80 actually. Yes. Thank you. Mommy was 76 at the time then. Welcome back, Daddy. I can see you backstage.
Yeah, that's all right.
What happened to your internet, Daddy?
To my what? Internet?
Yes.
I don't know.
All right.
Only
Daddy,
God knows what is happening.
Okay, don't let anyone touch your device anymore. Just leave it as it is. Nobody touches it.
But you say you are going on break.
But doesn't mean you should go on break. Liz was right.
Okay, I think we are all right now.
We're very, very all right. Welcome, Daddy Oore Baba Imesi-O. Traditionally, I'll bow down and say hello, sir. And good to see you. Thank you for coming on the show, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I honor you, Daddy.
Yeah.
We're gonna go quickly, Daddy.
You honor me because you are a jewel of honor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. On the show, Daddy, I must let you know that I've seen Auntie Remy is on the show. Bumi, they're watching you now. They're watching you, but you will not see them.
Okay.
And they typing something and responding.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So quickly, Daddy, because we got quite a lot to cover. I don't know where that is bouncing back. Is that Daddy's one or what? So I don't know where the bouncing back here is from you. So I will talk and I will get you to talk. Daddy, we really, oh dear, I lost him again. This is going to be interesting today. Just as well, we have 2 episodes. Nobody must touch your device. They must have touched it, because if they don't touch it, it stays there. Are you ladies excited about this?
Yeah, sure. It was getting exciting as you were talking about him having a master's, and you were saying you don't know who his role model is, because that becomes very interesting. I'd love to know,
Yeah.
where he got the inspiration to decide to go and study. What did he study in?
I know he did religious studies and something else, which I forgot. But this guy, this man, this papa is so intelligent, like you will not believe it. How did he? I know it's God that gives this intellect, right? He is so good and fascinating. He will write a book in 5 days. He could write like a volume book like this, like straight away. He is really good. And but his father was not educated, his mother was not educated, and so he just, like I said, made himself an brilliant. You can't even fault brilliance, and that's
Mm.
why all his children are extremely smart because of well, the wife is educated as well, married a woman, also studied, did home economics, very creative woman and all that. So they are two powerful people. But daddy always go to the village. I think he's back. He's always very fascinated going to village. He loves his village. He lives his. I think he's back. 1 second.
Yeah,
Daddy,
I am
you're back.
back.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
back.
ask. Yes,
I'm fully
welcome.
back.
You said that before. Anyway,
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask why again. Daddy, we're very inquisitive. We want to know your journey, your upbringing, when you were born, and your parents. What did they do when you were born? And how many of you in the family?
Thank you very, very much. I was born into a family of Oore, Aguntasolo, Ajayi, and Olashirasi Felicia.
That's your mother.
That's my father, and that is my mother. That was around March 4, 1938.
Okay, sir.
If we have to talk of people who were really born into real poverty, I think I should take the front seat. Yes.
Okay.
And not many people know. Maybe I'm diverging this to you for the first time. Before I was born, my father had two girls, or let me women, at Esegba. And they were a bit younger than my mother. The gap between them and my mother may not be more than 5 years. When I was born, I saw my father as an old man. An old man, not to be feared, but to be highly revered. My father gave me the name Jemileyin. That is, may you survive me. May you be my heritage. Or may you be, anyway, let me put it simply, that that is after my mother claimed to have given birth to children more than 10 or 12 times. And I happened to be the male child of the family.
The only male.
So, the only male. So when my father gave birth to me, and he too, he had two sons, and two brothers, not sons, that had been lost during the Yoruba intestinal wars. So you will imagine, you can see the happiness of my father that he was able at last to get a male child based on the historical, traditional, and customary roles that he was divinely appointed to play in Imesi as the first person, the first Imesi met at Imesi. Definitely, it's not likely to be the first session, but he was one of the person, the first only Messi met at Messi. So that was the short background to my birth.
Mm-hmm.
And later, and maybe let me quickly add, the only union I had was a female, Folake,
Mm-hmm.
who joined ancestor in 2013.
It's a long time. That was your
So maybe I was apt. When I was born, there was no single iron roof at Messi. We were even touched. Raphael made touch the houses or house. My quarter then was at the Shere. I was not even born at Okode because Okode, there was no a single house at Okode. So we were living at the Shere quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see me clearly?
Yeah, it would be good if we can see the thing can be tilted a little.
Is it better?
I think that's better.
Better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's
So
better.
that is the summary of my early life.
Wow. So your parents were. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Daddy. Go ahead, sir.
Now after my birth, I've told you that we were living in Raphael touched the roof, the houses of our house then at the Doshere. I couldn't go to school.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. The boy that was with Daddy, is tampering with that device. So we go on a break. We're back. Welcome back, Daddy. I said the boy must not.
What I was saying is that I couldn't go to school when my mates were going to school.
Mm-hmm.
And since my parents, both my mother and father, none of them was a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better. It's better. Okay. Yes, sir.
None of them was a Christian. So it was by a stroke of luck that I started school in 1948. At that time, my mates were all in Standard 2, 1948. And eventually, within a week, I was able in the school. My father gave me a condition that, Jemilenyi, as you are going to school, I will allow you to go to school on the condition that anytime you come from the school, you will meet me in the farm. You will come and eat your afternoon food with me in the farm. And one thing I can never forget in my life is that my father was an Ifa geomancy practitioner, renowned one for that matter. You know, my father gave me what you know, they used to give them cock in those days. So I was asked to give my father to carry a cock to my father in the farm. And there was a cocoa plantation that I must pass through before getting to my father. That cock struggled in my hand and fell and ran away. I can never forget that day. You know, in those days, my father ought to have flogged me, but with, I don't know, for instance, best known to him, this man who was a Spartan discipline. Let me put it that way. Everybody feared him, and my mother even feared my dad, maybe on account of the age. In the town, when they say my father is one and the whole town is one, that's why they call him Oore Baba Imesi. It's not a new thing. It's not that image that coined it. That's the tradition. So my father just, okay, since you can't see the cup, there's nothing we can do. I can never forget that because other father could have beaten me.
Yes,
So,
I get
and when I started school in 1948, within a week, I was able to master the ABC and to not only mastering it, to write it correctly. My mate then was Masi Olaoye.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, the old friend and the school father was the one calling me. Now,
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
I was able to master both ABC and within a week.
See? Oh, gosh. All right. Oh, it's frozen.
Of clear
Because someone
is
is trying to.
where I enjoy the presence of what do you call it? Iyeripe. What do you call the Iyeripe again? That thing that that will make you to be scratching your foot. You know Iyeripe yourself.
Wild.
So I know that my education is going to be bittersweet. And I will be having a bittersweet type of education. And that has been the pattern throughout my life. Can I stop there where you ask the next question?
That's right. Daddy, if they can try not to make noise around you, that will be good. If nobody is making any noise around you, but we will go on a break. Daddy,
no,
so
I've told the man making noise to stop it.
All right, sir.
I had another friend, my mate in UI, whose son is the VC of University of Ado, is the one calling me. He too has been sick as I am sick.
So your friend's son is the vice chancellor of the University of Ado.
The daughter. And
Your
the name
son?
is Olubunmi Ajayi. The name is, the husband name is Ajayi. So
Okay.
she is Olubunmi Ajayi.
All right. Good one.
What a coincidence.
It's a coincidence, Daddy. I really want this our conversation to go really smoothly. I wrote something here, Daddy. I said, Daddy, you're very youthful, you're very civilized, extremely intelligent, you're very wise man, witty sense of humor, powerful, energetic, and charming, to say the least. And I don't know how you have this quality. How did you acquire this charming quality and youthful, personality that you have? How did you come about that? I'm afraid to go on a break because then you will go.
Please, when I would like you to say my bad part.
All right,
Maybe.
Daddy.
You should not only flatter me.
It's
You
true.
are this. I'm not God.
That is the truth. Everybody
All
knows
those,
you.
all those attributes. I say is the borders on the shall I say subdued flattery.
You started this humor. You started the
But
humor that I'm
uh,
saying.
uh,
They're very funny.
I know that I'm intelligent. I'm do this or this. Who has intelligence? It's God. If I am anything today, look, it is because it is the will of God.
We know.
Eh? Are you
Yes,
hearing me?
yes, sir.
Yes. You are intelligent. You are this or that. Uh, who has intelligence? God. Who has
Yeah.
power? Who has brain? It is. I know God made me to be a special man.
It's good, you know.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
He's not God. Oh my gosh. Who is tampering with daddy's phone? Like our phone, we're not touching it and nothing is happening to it. This person needs to be very careful.
What
Liz, when daddy comes on, I'll let you ask your question. He's told us is some of the things he's mentioning there that he was not born in Okode. So Okode, that name is a suburb, but there's another suburb. He says that this suburb was not. It was like a paddock when he was born. So he was born in a different area, and then he was brought back to where the paddock they build their houses and stuff like that. So I'll let you ask. Daddy, Liz has got a question to ask you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to know about your education. Um, you
Uh,
said your parents were not educated, um, and you got
yeah.
educated
Tiwa,
by chance.
Tiwa.
Yeah, but then
Kamu
I
sorry.
want to know what inspired you
No.
to go to even pursue your education as far as a master's?
Hmm?
Was there a role model? What were the circumstances that were making you think you really have to pursue this to the extent that you also imparted that into your children?
So, Daddy, that is your second interviewer, Miss
Uh,
Greatness, Liz.
and now that English is too queenly for me.
She's Queens, Greatness, Miss Elizabeth.
No. What I'm saying that the intonation is I can't really. You should try to be to Africanize herself. It's, it, she's too English. You see? Please,
There you go,
maybe you can help her
she
to
can
tell
try
me.
again, Daddy. She's an African. So as African as it gets, Liz, can you? Daddy didn't get was oh my gosh. What is happening to this show today? It's just funny. But did you hear? It's so funny. I told you this man is funny. Did you hear what he said? You are too queeny for his own. You should be more African. Intonation is this. Oh my gosh. We should have had a lot of fun with him, but this breakage is actually not funny.
Yeah, it doesn't do justice to the flow.
And he really wants to talk to us. He's so funny. You've got no idea. And Well, this is not going to be that kind of a show that we say. This is just going to be our own show for our own benefit, because as it is, it's trying to come to the lobby.
Mommy.
Daddy, what happened? But why are you going off and on, Daddy? Why? What happened?
No, it is the internet here.
Oh,
Oh,
shame.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Liz was asking a question,
Yes.
and she can ask, you can answer, Daddy. Liz, go ahead and ask your question.
I was asking, what inspired you to pursue your education, as far as the master's degree that you have done? Who was your role model in that regard?
Mm. Who is your role model, Daddy, and what inspired
No.
you to? Mm-hmm.
You see, I wouldn't say I was inspired by anybody.
Exactly.
Because as a matter of fact, I was born in a village.
A village.
Yes. A village where no light, no road, no motor, no motor at all. When I was young, the motor that we used to see then used to come from Ilorin once in 9 days.
Once in 9 days, there's a vehicle comes to the village.
All my colleagues, as we were then under 7 or 6 years. There's a place we call a corner. So that motor, anytime he wants to bend the bend that leads to Ose River, we will all be shouting, "Hey, Yobeni, 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 Otilo, see it, motor, see it, it has gone."
Wow. Wow.
You see, so I say they were very, life in the village then was really comfortable, malice free, and we were then our brother's keeper. So, about my education, who really inspired me? To say that I was inspired, I can't really remember who really inspired me to go to school, because I never knew I could go to school. Wow. I never knew. It was an act of God, not of man. Yes, because when I started school, there were 2 teachers in 1948, and I was then at least 10 years plus, or 10 years, just put it, since I was born at 8, and I started school 48. I think God really did his thing. I cannot point to anybody as my role model.
Wow.
Yes, in the town. Yes, because we were all, can I say, fairly best of the same feather. Because in our school then, the number was fluctuating between 28 to 40 in the old school. And we were 4 classes with 2 teachers. So you cannot even talk of somebody who is my role model or who really inspired me to. I think it was an act of God. Let me put it that way. And that I started school. I started teaching in 1957 at Imesi-Ekiti. Incidentally, I started teaching in 1957 at Imesi-Ekiti. That town happens to be where Omi, my son, got Tiwa, who is now interviewing me. And I started teaching there, and I ended my teaching life there in 1995, after 38 years. You see that everything about me is divinely packaged.
I believe.
Divinely packaged. Talking of a role model, I can't say God is my role model, but it is the act of God.
Wow.
Am I able to? I know I can't satisfy you, but are we on the same page now?
Yeah, sure we are. We are.
So, Daddy, you finished the elementary, you went to high school. What was the sequence of your studies, Daddy?
Now, I finished my elementary in 1954. And incidentally, instead of keeping 8 years in the primary school, I kept 7. Then Awolowo then started what is known in Nigeria as a free primary education in 1955. And I had a certificate. Even though I didn't get to standard 6, I got to standard 5, and yet I still had a certificate. Others, 2 of us had A. The other one is a son of a king at Esegba, Adebo. He was a managing director of NEPA electricity in Lagos. It's now late.
Wow.
I had A. I need to add A. All those institutions that they were a year above us, let me tell you, they got B. B. So
Wow.
with that A, I went to modern school. Modern school started in 1955. I went there for 2 years. Let me tell you, I had no money to complete modern 3. And out of 11 of us who went to interview, it's a very long something. In 1957, I was the only one picked without giving cover, 1 naira to anybody. So everything about me has been an act of God. If you want me to go on, after my teaching career, I started teaching for 2 years, 57 and 8 at Esegba. 59, I was to go to Ushi, Anglican school. And if I had gone to TTC, teachers training, if I had gone to Ushi, I couldn't have been taken. Because the prominent members of sons and daughters of people who are prominent in Anglican communion were there. It was when I wanted to buy postal order of 2 shillings that somebody directed me to apply to Epimi, which I did. So I'm saying this, that God has been directing me, my path, all the way. Right. It's marvelous in our eyes, but it is the Lord's doing. You know, I went to Epimi and I was taking. Then 1958 and 9, the money I was earning, my mother's pillow was my bank. I used to give the money to my mother. And when I was going to Epimi, I was praying not to have vehicle. Because when I was giving 2 shillings, there are times I will still remember return 9 pence or 6 pence to my mother after 3 months, because we had 3 terms then. That's why I say that to say that somebody is my mentor, God is my mentor. God is my mentor. So, having left a grade, passed out of teacher training, grade 3, I started taking GC. And instead again, I went to grade 2. Grade 2 at Ikere. From there, having tuition from RNC London, I was able to pass, even without tuition on my own, sitting at home. I had advanced level history But because I was not very good in maths, I was studying economics, and another, I wasn't good in maths. I wasn't at all. With all my children, I was good in English, and my mother was better than myself in maths. When I teach my children, that is the fact. That is so my wife will teach them maths and English. So I went to University of Ibadan with full scholarship. The qualification, the subjects I had for 3 years that I couldn't enter into any university, not because I was not qualified, but God said, wait until I dictate until my time for you. This is very funny. I had full federal scholarship.
I wonder.
To go to Ibadan. I was taken first at at Ife, to read history honors.
Okay.
And I paid £10. Later, I was taken at Nsukka. Later, I was taken. There were 4 universities in Nigeria then, and I was taken in the 4 universities. Yes. So, because there were 2 brothers, my brothers, Olusemoka and Adumagun, they were already in UI. It was because they were there. Oh, let me go on and join. They were to me. In fact, the Adumagun that I was saying happens to be my houseboy, 1957, when I was teacher at Esegba. But he left for Ibadan about 2 years before me.
Wow.
So that at Ibadan, I passed out second class upper. I narrowly missed first class.
Come on.
Second class upper. I narrowly. In fact, the university, they invited me for my PhD, and the letters are still with me.
Wow.
But I said, because at that time I had 2 children. The late Dr. Adetimileyin Ajayi, Dr. Bishop Adetimileyin Ajayi, Olubumi, kí ló tún lórúkọ ọkọ rẹ̀?
Oliver.
Olubumi. Olariwaju. When I named Olubumi, Bumi was very, very annoyed. He said, Baba, why do you give me a female name? He wasn't happy that only females bear Bumi. Then I referred him to, look, there is a Catholic bishop, Olubumi Okoye. Okogi in Lagos. I think that I was able to pacify him, maybe not satisfactorily, but to mellow down his anger. You see? So, and let me tell you, since I could not go to for my PhD, having had 2 children then, I feel I should really give my attention to the education of my children. And all my children went to private schools. They all went to private schools.
Yeah.
All of them. You see? So, and we thank God today that I'm still here. Now, maybe I better say this now. Okay, I had a very, very, very unique mother. Very, very unique mother. My wife is here. My wife used to say that if there is any reincarnation, if she happen to come to life again, she would like to have the type of my mother to be complete it.
Yeah. A
So,
mother
and
again.
yes, because my if not because of my mother, I could have stopped schooling in 1954
Mm,
when I lost my dad. 1954.
right.
Only
Mhm.
my son Yemi died 53. My father died 54.
Mm.
Only my son Yemi is the grandfather of the new Onimesi. I have my friend
It's
is
okay.
Danny. So all I just want to say is that if not because of my mother, my education could have terminated in 19 what
54.
56
50.
56 when I had
Okay.
no money to complete my modern 3. My
56.
mother said she would prefer to sell anything, including a pant, to make sure that I am educated.
Wow.
Because I was asked to be a pawn to my two people who are junior to my, that is I think it's and Emila,
Mm.
Balogun and Emila Aradishai, that I
Well,
should be following them. But my mother said, no, you are not following anybody. And because of that, my father, Coco Patrician, was partitioned so that my mother should not be able to finance my education. It is a very, so when we talk of God is my
wow.
mentor. He is.
Wow.
He is. And could you know that it is when I started school, teaching in 1957, that I ended my career as principal of a school in 1995, which is
Mm.
very unique. Which is very
Wow.
unique. And let me say this. My mother was a farmer, was a weaver, was an palm oil sales magnate. I mean, the name is Olashirasi.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name, that is, fortune had been exposed. But people are now trying, they have been trying since 1981 to cover that fortune or wealth or gold, to cover it. But God is saying, no.
Mm-hmm.
What I say, I cannot unsay it. What I will do, because I'm not man.
Mm-hmm. A weaver.
Number, I think
Mm-hmm.
number 23, verse 19. God is not man that he will say yes, and tomorrow he will say no.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he changes his mind in the case of Hezekiah, he added 15 years to something, but
Mm-hmm.
my future is not in the hand of any man. It is in the hand of God. You can continue. Thank you.
It's quite obvious. Wow, wow, Daddy, that is amazing. But I'm still really interested in the schools that you taught at, and you were the principal. It was quite a lot of schools. Did you? You were in Ilorin, if I remember. Uh,
You see, immediately I left the
Amazing.
university, I was posted as a teacher at St. John Mary. It was a Owo. It's one of the renowned teacher training colleges in the then Odo State.
Yes, sir.
I was there 1973, but I didn't know. I had a friend. Now the Deputy Governor Labi is still alive. We were mates in grade 2. So he was the one who really lured me into joining the federal service, not
Mm-hmm.
knowing that a teacher will be a teacher anywhere, because he was already in the federal service.
Mhm.
I thought I would be there to become a permanent secretary. Not know teacher is one of the most noble profession. I'm proud of it.
Wow.
So
It
I
is.
joined something in October 1973. Joined the service.
Yes,
Went to
sir.
learning as a teacher. Was there for about 7 years. I transferred to Federal Government College, Idoani, as a teacher too. But later, because of the type of rugged, dynamic life, very rugged, that my mother that my mother had lived, I promised that, Mama, you have suffered a lot. Your suffering cannot be compared with anybody I know.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Show good.
Yeah. It's very good that you know,
Your
but it's
saying is good.
very happy with the way it is. I don't want you to drop off. I'm enjoying it. And I'm sure,
Okay.
by the way, a lot of people are watching, Daddy. Elder is watching from Malawi, wherever they are. Auntie Remy is watching. Your son, lawyer, is watching from Botswana. Some people are watching from South Africa. Everybody is watching and they're saying something, but I don't want to lose you. So keep going, Daddy.
Yes, at the cough, but
It's fine.
don't fear.
Do you want to drink water? Do you want your water? Is there water
I
next
want
to you?
water from Melbourne, Australia.
Yes, your humor.
In short, I left for Federal and for Idoani after keeping 7 years at Ilorin. At Idoani, kept 5 years, making 12. Then I decided that, transporting my mother to my stations, I felt it was all those not really making her to enjoy in our own native environment.
Yeah.
I decided to cross over to the state. Because all the places I was going, Ilorin, Idoani, I carry my mother along.
I know.
Because the only person. And let me say this, my mother was the first person to enjoy 200 naira when it was first printed out.
Oh.
given to her by the late Commissioner of Police, Odofin Bello at Idoani.
Wow.
My mother would, even though we were living in the federal quarter, federal government was paying everything, light, water, as if we were really in Australia then. So we were enjoying everything. So, but I felt it was really, I had to cross back to the state in 19, what 19 now?
80. It will be 80. 85. It's fine, that gentleman there. It's fine. If you want it, please. I don't want distraction anymore. It's all good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So I crossed over to the state to make my mother really
knows everything. Look at her. Auntie Remy said 1984. Daddy, is that right?
that I crossed over to the state.
Yes.
I think yes, that's correct. That's correct.
I said 85. It's only 1 year difference.
I think either 84 or 5. I'm not. I mean, I've been trying to remember everything correctly, but the day I crossed now, I don't know what is really call it, because you are
Wow.
all matured. You are all
Yeah.
matured, so that anytime you call it is correct.
Yes, sir.
So I
So,
just crossed over to the state,
mhm.
and then
Was that in
uh,
your daddy? Which state? Ondo State, and
I
it
crossed
wasn't.
over. I crossed over to Ijo first.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You see, I
Mm.
was asked. No, sorry, to Ode to be a
Ah.
vice principal. After
Mm,
6 months, I was transferred to Ijo to be a full principal. I
right.
kept 6 months at Ode as a vice principal.
Right.
Then Esegba, I mean Ijo,
John.
uh, where I kept 7 solid years at the school principal. And
7
it
years.
was at Esegba that I crossed our Tiwa,
Mm-hmm.
the standby Iyililore.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct? At Ijo?
It was at John. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Then
when I came.
after 7 years, I left Ijo for Esegba.
Mm-hmm.
And after 5 years, I got, you see, I thought for 38 years instead of 35.
Wow. It's a long
So I
time.
cheated the government when I was going to to join the federal service.
Yes,
Rather
sir.
than saying that I started teaching in 1957, I said I started teaching in 1961. So if you are in Nigeria, you must be a liar. But at times you can qualify it, refine it by saying a righteous liar, if there's anything like that. Uh, it is in Nigeria that you have the doctrine of necessity.
Hmm.
So I may say that, okay, mine is a righteous lawyer and a liar. And when Jesus was anointed,
Hmm.
he took the cane and flogged the people out of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
People said Jesus had a righteous indignation. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the one saying so. I say people.
Yeah.
So
I
in
mean,
short, I think I better rest there while I wait for the next question.
well done, Daddy. Applaud. 38 years of teaching. Well done. Well done. I mean, God is rewarding you immeasurably for all your service to mankind. You did extremely well, and I was privileged to see you in action because you were my principal as well. So, Daddy, but can you tell us some of your moments that you can say these are my pivotal moments, the moment that are significant that you will, is it when you had your first child? Is it when you married? Or what moment can you remember that was very significant? I was thinking
Yes.
maybe when you were installed as the Oore Baba
No,
Imesi.
no,
That
no,
would be.
no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You see, the happiest day in my life,
Yes,
not
sir.
when I had my first child, not when I married. It was the day I was appointed as a teacher.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, 1957, yes. Without
Mm,
spending Emila, who happened to be in age my senior,
mm,
he paid 25 pounds, 1955, before he was giving me teaching appointment. 25 pounds. I
that's a
paid no
lot of.
kobo in 1957. And since my parents were never Christians,
Mm,
one of the Mesupas, John Oladimeji, wrote it, said it more than 50 times that my father could not pay 3 pence.
mm,
That was when the school started here in 1929, that my father could not pay 3 pence. But before he died, I used to tell him that haven't Oore, who
mm,
was born by the man who could not pay 3 pence,
mm.
hasn't been able to pay 3 pence now. The child of Oore to that church haven't they paid 3 pence now? Now, you yourself, how much did your father pay? Are you able to, and how much you have paid to that church to be the standard labor at the Oores? I told him to his face, the crisis between us started. It was just to demand, slide, and demolish anything that is edifying in Oore circle.
You've been
So when I was given appointment as a teacher, the whole message was what can I call it? They were in wonderment. How could somebody whose father could not pay 3 pence be made a teacher? And whose parents, both madam and until my father died, he was never a Christian. But my mother was a Christian and she was confirmed in 1957. My mother was confirmed in 1957. Wow. See the year I became a teacher and the year of confirmation in that Africa. So I don't know whether I've been able to answer the question.
Oh, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I've got that our meeting is going to be this week and next week. So there are a lot of questions for next week. I'm leaving them there. But is there anything you are looking forward to right now? Or are you fully 100% fulfilled where you are? Or are you aspiring to still see something? What do you want to say?
Now, anybody who's alive with whose sensibility has not expired must be having something before the final bed is strong. Before I've determined not to be mentioning God. There's no point saying, but before my maker. And now, the only thing I'm already fulfilled. Let me say that. Right. Why am I fulfilled? Because the way my children take care of me, the way they revere me and my wife.
Yeah.
You see, I used to say, about 3 or 4 days ago, I was still discussing. You know, are you aware that, anyway, don't let me just drop that. But Chukwuti Martin is around. And he will be here this time afternoon. Okay. You know, I say, I have unmerited favor.
You always say
it's possible I train children. And yet, for them, just to say, okay, you have trained us, yes. And then we will train our own children. But some Imesi people, even though they don't want to hear see my face or hear my voice, they use Oore Dynasty.
Yeah.
You know, to pray so that they may be like Oore. Yes. But they won't say it aloud. God has really blessed me. Let me say that. God has really blessed me. As long as I'm still alive, I'm still hoping. My case after they have been decided, I've suffered a lot.
Yeah.
Not financial suffering. Not financial suffering, but mental suffering, emotional suffering. As a human being, to have been pursuing a case this year is the 23rd year.
Yeah.
And I've been in the Supreme Court since 2013. And they've now postponed the case to
26.
2026. I mean, you see, it is very, very traumatic.
I know.
To say the least. Because I am a human being. I am a human being. But
I can imagine, Daddy.
if there's anything I want to achieve, if it is the will of God, let that case be positively decided
Amen.
in my favor before I
Amen.
go. And if it is the will of God that I go before them, let it be positively decided.
Positively decided. Amen. Amen, Daddy. And next
But
week we're gonna
it
talk more
will
about your
be
chieftaincy
more,
next week.
it will be better. Obey the last order.
Daddy, are you with me, Daddy? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Tiwa, I can hear you
Yes,
clearly.
sir.
I can hear you clearly.
Monique, we're going to ask this question next week because I'm really interested in your chieftaincy journey, sir. Not sure. Shane Bomi, can you hear me, Daddy? Can you hear me, sir? We're gonna have to let Daddy, we're gonna have to let you rest. You've done so brilliantly well. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so next week is gonna be you and Mommy because I have quite a number of questions to ask both of you next week. So we're gonna have to stop today, but I need to let you know, Daddy, that all your children are watching and your grandchildren are watching you right now as well. So, and they're talking, they're saying kudos to you. We honor you, Daddy, whether you like it or not. We have to reference you as our hero. Love you, Daddy. Love you so much. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
John, for us.
Thank you for having you. I'm proud of you. I'm jealous of you. I'm bold to say many, celestially and seamlessly golden in your life. You are, what do we call it? You are all gold fishes.
Thank God.
No hiding place for you.
Amen.
God is your limit. God bless you.
Amen.
I'm grateful.
Thank you so much. We love you, Daddy. Thank you so much. And for the gentleman that is there making sure the network is not dropping off, thank you. And Mommy as well, thank you. So next week is going to be another week and it's going to be more deeper next week. So we pray that God refresh you, sir. Love you heaps. Bye-bye.
God asks next week.
Amen. Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We know. Bye, sir.
Okay. Have a nice time as ever.
We'll do.
I'm proud of you. God bless you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.